Right, and it was a whole night of lobbying here in Addis Ababa. We do understand the Kenyan delegation led by President Uhuru Kenyatta meeting with his counterparts from the continent, those that perhaps they feel they needed some sort of reassurance from, and specifically that game of numbers to do with blocks. As you know, today it becomes clearer that certain countries are putting their individual interests out there and making it clear that in order for them to support certain candidates, then what would they be getting in return? And as we have been mentioning, there are 8 commissioners who are also going to be elected in this vote tomorrow, as well as the deputy chair of this commission, and countries that have their eye on these other seats as well, making sure that they put their interests out there. And so even as this rallying for support from Kenya, from Chad, from Senegal, Equatorial Guinea and Botswana continues, then these are the countries with interest. Like we had mentioned, an example of Nigeria. A lot of these meetings were held at night. There was a breakfast meeting this morning as well for heads of state, even as the UN Secretary General was able to meet these heads of state and government. But we were able to speak to Cabinet Secretary Najib Balala, who is the deputy of the Special Cabinet Committee on the AU candidacy of Ambassador Amina Mohammed. Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who chairs this Special Cabinet Committee, could not make it here. And this is where Balala feels that they are as of now.
We have put a strategy in place that was very effective, and so far we are optimistic. But elections are elections, they are unpredictable. You don't know what will happen. But we are certain this is Kenya's time.
Now, some of the game changers ahead of tomorrow's vote could include the re-entry of Morocco, which is expected to be discussed. Now, initially, we do understand that was slated to come before the heads of state sit down and take this vote. But the Kenyan position as it now, we do understand from our sources, is that they want matters to do with member states dispensed with first before they can discuss the issue of Morocco. And Morocco being a very strong supporter of Chad, who we do understand is giving the Kenyan candidate a run for her money, is going to be a game changer as they have been rallying for the Chad candidate. We were also able to see the presidents of Djibouti and Senegal together. Djibouti, coming out clear that they will be supporting the Senegal candidate. And it's just a matter of who is backing who, and the deals that are being cut here, because that is exactly what is happening, are coming out clearer and clearer as the day progresses.
First of all, I think the understanding up to last night is let's sort out with the issues of African Union and the issues of the elections, and then we can discuss with the issue of Morocco joining back the African Union.
Now, unlike the vote that was held in Kigali, Rwanda mid last year, the hope here is that it will not go into the night tomorrow, this election exercise, and take as many rounds as it did in Kigali. It went up to 7 rounds, and most people here are confident that it will maybe take at least 2 or 3 rounds at the very best, and by maybe late afternoon on Monday it will be clear who exactly will become the next chair of the African Union Commission. My name is Jackie Maribe from the African Union headquarters here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.